Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do Comic Book Haul week number 159. That's right, fans. Not a huge week, but not a small week this week either. So I did get quite a few books, and I also decided to read some books digitally to see if they'll pick my interest, to see if maybe I'll continue reading them going forward. And yeah, so let's not waste any time this week, guys. Let's get forward with this week's haul, shall we? Again, here is the bag, like we show each and every week with the comic book haul. And the bag is gone. It's on the floor. There's something else in here. All right, so the first thing I got was Where Do Worlds Go When They Die? So that's a little DC convergence guide here for you, and actually tells you like your actual first checklist of all the books that are coming out in the back of it. So I'm sure you guys can find that at your local comic book shop. And so I decided to pick that up just to see what it was. All right. So now going into the comic books. All right. So the first book I decided to try was Image and Mark Millar's Chrononauts. I wanted to see what this was about. This looks quite interesting. It's about some guys that look like that they're going time traveling or whatnot. And time travel is not my favorite thing in the world, but you know, Millar's work does interest me, even though he has lots of delays on his books. So I wanted to give this first issue a try and see what it was all about. And so yeah, this is Chrononauts issue number 1. All right. Next, we got the Amazing Spider-Man 16.1. This is that whole Spiral point one story. This one is written by, this was the one that was done by Jerry Conway, right? Yes. And so I was very excited to read this. I am very excited to read this. Just to the pure fact that I was kind of intrigued by the end of the last issue's Black Cat story, and it looks like that's going to be all leading into this whole Spiral thing too. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 16.1, the variant edition. All right, next we have All New X-Men issue number 39. We just got an All New X-Men issue last week, and that issue stunk. I hated that issue. But anyway, this continues the whole Black Vortex story. Haven't seen a chapter of this in a little while, so we're going to see if this continues to be good, or it tends to drag on, or it's just going to stall out. So we'll see where it goes. So this is All New X-Men issue number 39. Interesting cover here. All right, next, I continue to be a fan of Sam Wilson being Captain America. I enjoy it. So this is All New Captain America issue number 5. Immonen is the artist on this book. I feel that this is a book that provides great art. I loved when he was on the All New X-Men. This whole thing continues the whole story arc about the whole Inhuman that's going to make the whole population sterile. I love this book. I'm not sure what's going to happen after Secret Wars, if we're going to keep with this Captain America or not, but for what it is right now, I really enjoy this version of Captain America, and this is issue number 5. All right, next we have Guardians Team Up, issue number 3. Another Black Vortex story, and this is chapter 6. So we get 2 Black Vortex stories in the same week. It can tell, does it mean that they're trying to wrap up things, trying to get things moving along there? So we'll see. This is a pretty cool cover. It says Guardians of the Galaxy with Ronan. Ronan looks awfully big in this particular issue, so I don't know what's going to happen here. But I, looking at the artwork, it looks kind of weird, so I'm not sure what's going to happen in this story, but we'll see. You know, I've like I said before in the book before, I like Black Vortex. I thought so far it's been an interesting series. I wasn't a huge fan of the last artwork. It was the Green Arrows artwork in that last story from Jeff Lemire's run. So we'll see where it goes. All right. Next is Hulk issue 13. I love Hulk right now. I think Hulk is phenomenal. And there's nothing better than Jerry Duggan having Hulk and Deadpool together because he writes them. And I think having them team up together in this series is going to be awesome. We still have Hulk trying to depower some of the gamma-powered Hulks out there, but his AI is smarter than he is, and it kind of backfired on him. So now Doc Green finds himself trying to stop his own AI. So I can't wait to see where this goes. I love Hulk. Jerry Duggan's done a phenomenal job here. Mark Bagley on the artwork has done just as good of a job. They made an excellent Hulk book that makes readers want to read it. So this is Hulk issue number 13. All right, next we have the New 52. Man, I dropped my book. It's a sign that this book is going to suck. All right, the New 52 Futures End issue number 46. Here we have it looks like Terry McGinnis gets killed and Plastique is holding him. And she's like, no! Does it happen? I don't know. Is he really dead? I don't know. We'll see. But we're getting now to the end, to the very end of this. And it's still been sucking. I want to see a good ending to this story. I'm not sure what issue it actually ends. I think it's 49. But we'll see where it goes. Last issue, we got to see how Brother's Eye is starting to take control. He brought back to life regular humans and made them into zombies. And I like that ending because I like that whole apocalyptic type of world starting to set in. So this is the Future's End issue number 46. All right, next is Star Wars Princess Leia issue number 2. Really enjoyed Star Wars Princess Leia issue number 1. I thought it was a very well done book. It's interesting to see this little storyline take place between Star Wars and A New Hope and before Star Wars, before Princess Leia really becomes friends with Leia and everybody else in the actual, I guess, Star Wars ongoing. So it's like a little mini story in between there. So really interesting book here. She teams up with R2. I thought it was a fun read last issue. So this is Princess Leia issue number 2. All right, next we have a Grimm Fairy Tales book, and this is Robin Hood. This is issue number 8, as you can see here. Writer is Patrick Shan. The covers of these books are phenomenal. I love the Robin Hood covers on here. Really great story here. If you guys have not read Robin Hood and you want to know about this character, you guys can go check out some of the trades. They're really inexpensive. I think this is a great series to to read from Zenescope Entertainment. If you guys are getting this different impression that it's some just girl with big boobs that's throwing arrows, that's not the case. It's a really solid series, great character development. I couldn't recommend a series more. So this is Robin Hood. So it's Window to the Soul Part 2, otherwise known as issue 8. All right, next we get the follow-up issue to Silk, issue number 2. I liked the first issue of Silk. I actually liked it better than Spider-Gwen. I really liked the story here. You got to literally learn a lot more about the character, what she's fighting for. I love how she's misplaced in time by about 10 years. I like the artwork in here, and I thought this is a much better, enjoyable, or much more enjoyable series than the other issue. The artwork may not be suitable for a lot of readers, but I like the artwork because it fits the style of book. So that's why I enjoy it. Not saying that's the most revolutionary art in the world, but it is a solid book. So this is Silk issue number 2. All right, and last time you guys recommended it to me, and that was buying Deadly Class Volume 1. Well, this week released Deadly Class Volume number 2. So I bought one issue. I think I bought like issue 11 or whatever it was, and I couldn't find the other issue, so I said, you know what, I'm not going to read this series in single issues. I'm going to read this series in trade. So because Image Comics trades are very affordable, and I feel that the series reads very well in trade, so I decided to continue reading this series in trade. So this is Deadly Class volume number 2. When I get a chance and when I get done reading this whole volume, I'll do a review on this volume just like I did with volume number 1. So alright, so there is the physical books, and then I'll show you guys real quick what books I plan to read digitally. And let's see if I can get around to doing a countdown this week, which I promised one, but I got all this studying that's going on. So one book I'll be reading this week that's coming out is Batgirl, issue number 40. I will be reading that book as well. Another one will be Batgirl Endgame, issue number 1. I'll be reading that one as well. And Batman Superman, issue number 20. So I'll be checking that book out also. And Earth 2 World's End, number 24. I haven't been really catching up with it, but I might give that one a try. And Superman, issue number 39. We get to see the whole ramifications of his whole solar flare incident. He reveals his secret to Jimmy Olsen in the last issue. So we'll get to see where that goes. Let me see if there's anything from Marvel right now that I have available for me to read. Everything that's on here, I think I am reading already. Yeah, so it looks like that's it, guys. That looks like all the comics that I'm reading for right now. And I'll try to get up as many reviews as I can between here and Comic Frontline. And also, I'll try to get a countdown up if time permits itself. And guys, if you haven't checked out Comic Frontline live recently, you can go over to the Comic Frontline's YouTube channel and you can listen to our live show. Or now you can go onto iTunes as well, and you can find our shows will be on iTunes. So our first episode, episode number 50, Frontline Live number 50, is our first episode with the iTunes. So we're like officially a real podcast now. So if you guys want to check out iTunes, go ahead and check that out as well. And then on Saturday, if you guys want to listen, if you're not sick of me already, you guys can listen to me on zone4podcast.com. We'll be having a podcast discussion tomorrow night, and it should be live on that website as well on Saturday. So lots of stuff. I'm still here doing things, just not as many videos right now, just because the videos take a lot of time and I got to do a lot of studying. So again, once mid-April comes, I'll be free again to do as many videos as I've done before. All the series will return on a consistent basis. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And until that next comic book review, fans, this is Mike Spider signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.